Technology. Starting from selling mobile phones introduction. Mo Rant's soul pierced back to 2016, becoming the current owner of the famous king of counterfeit phones, Nietzsche Mobile. At the beginning, Mo Rant encountered an employee strike to demand salary. After struggling to cope, he successfully activated the Pinxi superstore system. Starting from mobile phones, to tablets, and then to televisions, Nietzsche began to expand step by step. The story starts from here. This book is a combination of systematic flow, commercial literature, and technological literature. Welcome to read. Chapter 1. Nietzsche's mobile phone. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's not good, boss. Something big happened. The employees in the production department went on a collective strike, and now they are all stuck in the company. Mo Rant slowly opened his eyes and his gaze slowly gathered. In the dimly lit office, there was a pile of disorganized documents in front of me. On the other side of the desk, a bald middle-aged man was anxiously looking at himself. Where am I? Painfully rubbing his temples, looking around, Mo Rant became confused. After a moment, a piercing pain came to my mind, and a large amount of information rushed in frantically. Have I traveled? After a brief pain, Mo Rant received all the memories, and his once chaotic brain gradually became clear. He was surprised to find that he had traveled back to 2016 from 2023 and became the current owner of the famous Nietzsche Mobile phone. Nietzsche Mobile phone. Of course he knows about Nietzsche's phone. The original price was 699 yuan, and the promotion was discounted by 300 yuan. Now the explosive price is only 399 yuan. Nietzsche factory store, factory direct sales without intermediaries to earn price difference. Buying is earning, each phone only earns 10 yuan. We want to make the best cost-effective mobile phone in Yanguo, and make it a good phone that everyone can afford. In 2011, Nietzsche's mobile phone was born with the help of these brainwashing marketing advertisements, sweeping the entire Yan country mobile phone market and creating a miracle of selling 3 million units in a single month. But what is the situation now? He worked hard to digest his memory. At this moment, the tightly closed office door suddenly banged, followed by intense noise coming from outside. Open the door and pay me back the hard-earned money. Damn it, I won't be in this class anymore. I owe 2 months' salary and must settle it today. Mo Rant, come out and give an explanation. Yes, come out, come out. Originally. Last year, in 2015, the original owner acquired this legendary but bankrupt Nietzsche mobile phone. The original owner's idea is very simple. Although Nietzsche's phone has long been desolate, at least it has a bit of popularity. After buying it, the original owner opened a Nietzsche superstore on Taowu, preparing to continue selling counterfeit machines under Nietzsche's brand gimmick. At first, relying on the traffic of Nietzsche phones, the store did indeed experience a peak in sales, but then everyone found that the reputation of Nietzsche phones was seriously underestimated. Many post-.80s and post-.90s generations who were once tricked by Nietzsche have started revenge plans. They placed an order normally, but after receiving the goods, they chose to return them within 7 days without any reason. Some even place orders with a 1-star negative review, not for any other reason, just as revenge for the grudge they had taken years ago. In just 6 months, the rating of Nietzsche Superstore was directly ruined. The return rate and negative review rate consistently rank first in the category, and the store's rating has dropped below 4 points, ranking last among similar stores with a score of 3.6, which is simply unbearable. But this is not the worst. Faced with the dilemma, the original owner did not choose to give up, but decided to take a step back. He invested all the remaining 3 million yuan in the company's account into the exterior design of the new phone and invited a top-notch design team from Yanguo, hoping to complete a complete comeback with the phone's appearance. But never expected that after the new mobile phone project started, the store's sales plummeted, and the already unstable cash flow directly broke. No, the production department has been unable to pay wages for 2 consecutive months. Now, the employees are on strike, and the collective is blocking the door to demand salary. At the beginning, it was hell mode. Mo Rant's heart feels cold. The company not only has no money in its accounts, but also owes millions of dollars to suppliers and banks. What's going on here? But without waiting for Mo Rant to think more, the noise outside the door became even more intense. Next up, the tightly closed door banged again, and the intense sound seemed to be about to smash the door. The situation became increasingly tense, and the middle-aged man Wang Fugue beside him became completely anxious. "Boss, it's really not possible. Let me go out and help you block it." The intense sound also stimulated Mo Rant's nerves. After a brief moment of anxiety, he took a deep breath and forced himself to calm down. "I must find a way to save myself." His mind was spinning rapidly, gradually blending into the character. The top priority is to solve the employees who are currently seeking compensation, and the core issue is money. But the company doesn't have the money at all. The only chance is for the original owner to spend $3 million on designing a new phone. As long as the new phone goes on sale well, there is still room for maneuver. In this case, it is even more important to stabilize the employees in the production department and ensure that there are no accidents in the production of new phones. That's right, the original owner also understands this principle. 3 days ago, the original owner personally went to the production department to appease the employees, promising to settle their wages once the new phones started selling. Mo Rant's eyes narrowed sharply, keenly sensing a slight mistake. 3 days ago, the original owner, as the boss, personally promised to pay off the salary as soon as the phone started selling. Why did the employee suddenly change their mind after just 3 days? Is there a problem with? Mo Rant's mind flashed with various possibilities in an instant. After a moment, he stood up from the chair, his eyes flickering. "Lao Wang, I need to personally go and see what the situation is. Soon." The tightly closed office door opened and the noise suddenly came to an end. However, a few seconds later, the sound struck again, even more violently than before. "Mr. Mo, don't blame us for forcing you. A few days ago, you said you would settle your salary after the new phone was released, but these past few days we found out that the company's sales have plummeted and online stores are going to collapse. Yeah, it's not us who caused trouble. I heard that the company already owes its suppliers millions of dollars in payment, so we can't even make a fuss about it. And banks also have debts." The surging sound instantly drowned Mo Rant. He silently gazed at the crowd, and after half a minute, his voice gradually faded before slowly speaking. "Indeed, the company is currently facing difficulties, but..." "No, but..." Unexpectedly, as soon as they spoke, the crowd interrupted again. "Don't talk about those useless things, you must settle your salary today. If you don't settle your salary, no one can start work." Mo Rant looked over with a swish of his gaze. No one wants to start work. He knew better than everyone present that if he obstructed the start of the factory, Nietzsche would die. At that time, everyone present will not receive any salary. He glanced at the person speaking from the corner of his eye, and finally, the sound at the scene decreased again. He continued to say, "But don't worry, I am already communicating with the bank about the loan and it will be approved soon. I will settle everyone's salary as soon as possible." Really, as the words fell, all employees couldn't help but be taken aback, and the tense atmosphere relaxed accordingly. In fact, today's strike by the employees present is nothing more than hearing various rumors recently, fearing that the company will go bankrupt and not receive wages. Upon hearing that there was still a bank loan, my heart immediately calmed down. Only Wang Fugue's face on the side was stunned. Only he knows, where else is there a bank loan at this moment? It's just the boss's delaying strategy. Don't deceive anyone, there's no other bank loan. Now that the company owes several million to the bank and cannot repay it, how could the bank continue to lend? This is just an excuse to deceive us, just to make us work for you in vain. A few seconds later, intense opposition came from the crowd again. Mo Ran looked, and this time he noticed that the person speaking was Wang Meng. He remembers that the original owner treated Wang Meng well, and 6 months ago, he was specially promoted to be the leader of a production team. Is it that he is playing tricks? Mr. Mo, don't use any loan excuses to delay. The company can't get money out of your account, but you must have money personally. Everyone knows you have a good car, so today we'll sell it and pay everyone. Let's take a break. Wang Meng continued to shout, and Mo Ran suddenly understood that all of this was probably Wang Meng inciting in private. Only he, as the group leader, has this ability. Think of this. His eyes narrowed slightly as he knew he needed to respond quickly. He is very clear about Nietzsche's situation at the moment. There is still a glimmer of vitality. A showdown will lead to a vast abyss. Once exposed, it will completely collapse. Now, the only hope is the new phone. Whoever wants to stop the production of new phones, then run over them. Think of it here. He no longer hesitated, took out the car key from his bag and slammed it on the table. His eyes were cold as he stared at Wang Meng and said coldly, "The key is here, Wang Meng. Can you try selling it?" Everyone was immediately stunned. The cold tone made people feel a chill, and no one could have imagined that Mo Ran, who had always been friendly, would suddenly burst into such a fierce side. After a moment, Mo Ran's face completely lost its previous easy-going demeanor. He first looked disdainfully at Wang Meng, who was standing still, then turned to the crowd and loudly said, "Wang Meng is right. The company account doesn't have money, but I do. I have already pledged my house to the bank and will be able to lend 2 million in 7 days. But..." He deliberately paused for a moment, his gaze sweeping across everyone's faces without any regard, and said coldly, Time and time again, I only agreed with you 3 days ago. Today I changed my mind again. What do you mean? You also know that the company still owes banks and suppliers millions. If you continue like this, don't blame me for returning the money to the bank and suppliers first, and then neither of you will expect to receive a penny. The scene suddenly fell silent. Everyone was stunned, no one expected Mo Ran to publicly threaten everyone. But it has to be said that after a brief shock, the situation on the field suddenly turned around, and the originally noisy crowd fell silent. Everyone's gaze at Mo Ran has changed. After several seconds, there were still no voices of opposition in the crowd. Seeing this, Mo Ran's tone softened and the conversation changed. Of course, I'm nostalgic. We haven't received our salaries for 2 months, and I can understand the emotions. 7 days later, I will not only settle everyone's salary in full, but also provide an additional half-month salary as compensation. Coercion and inducement. As soon as these words were spoken, everyone couldn't hold their breath. Mr. Mo, I definitely believe you. Originally, I said I would wait a few days until the new phone was launched, and my salary would definitely be paid. It was group leader Wang who kept encouraging us to come and see you. Yeah, it was all Captain Wang who instructed us to come. Mr. Mo, I will return to my production position now. I promise that such a situation will never happen again. Listening to the words in his ear, Mo Ran's gaze finally fell on Wang Meng. To be honest, he understands Wang Meng's approach, but Wang Meng must die. You have already been fired, get lost. Wang Meng suddenly became anxious. Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net. In fact, as a group leader, he naturally has a better understanding of the situation in the factory than ordinary employees. He knew that the company was likely to go bankrupt, and at that moment, a company was poaching him for a job change. After weighing the options, he decided to incite employees to demand salaries and switch jobs directly once he received his salary. I didn't expect things to develop to such an extent. At this moment, he also knew that things couldn't be done and didn't care about anything else. He shouted at Mo Ran. I can be fired, give me the salary. Mo Ran gave a cold glance, picked up the car key from the table, and then turned his head towards the office. With a bang, the office door closed and the whole world fell silent. Returning to the office, Mo Ran breathed a sigh of relief, but after a moment, his heart became even more anxious. The car has already been mortgaged, so the house is naturally fake. Today, he reluctantly resolved the current crisis by taking advantage of the last bit of the original owner's power, as well as threats and tenderness. But what next? Nietzsche's store has been completely abandoned. Even if a new phone is launched, can a store with a score of 3.6 sell well? The most important thing is, 7 days, only 7 days left. He must settle his salary in 7 days. It's still a dead end. Ding, detected that the host is facing a huge challenge, successfully activated the Pinxi Superstore system, and the system is currently being bound. Ding, congratulations on successfully binding. We have detected that your Pinxi store has not been registered yet. Please register and bind as soon as possible. Note: this binding has uniqueness and cannot be cancelled or renamed. Please be cautious. System: Pinxi Superstore system. P.S. New book for newcomers, please follow up. Chapter 2. Pinxi Superstore system. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Mo Ran quickly reacted. In his past life, he had read some novels and several popular online articles on the system, so he could understand the existence of the system. However, what surprised him the most was the Pinxi Superstore system. Of course he knows how to fight for the sunset. As a rising star, Pinxi swept the entire Yanguai e-commerce platform in just a few years, taking down Taowu and JD.com in a situation where almost everyone was not optimistic. It is not an exaggeration to say that Pinxi is the most popular e-commerce platform in the next decade. Thinking of this, Mo Ran's gaze froze and he continued to look down. Starting to distribute beginner gift packages now. Congratulations on receiving the beginner gift package 1. Android System Optimization Program, which can be downloaded. Congratulations on obtaining the beginner gift pack 2. Camera Optimization Program, which can be downloaded. Note: other system functions should be explored by the host themselves. Reward distribution completed, good luck to you. Mo Ran's attention instantly fell on 2 optimization programs, and then clicked on the first one. Android System Optimization Program. This program is compatible with versions below Android 6.0 and can autonomously optimize the system UI, reduce invalid memory, reduce redundant data, and improve the overall operating experience of the Android system. At the same time, different models of processors can be optimized to adjust logic, enhance processor computing power, and effectively reduce power consumption. Improve Android operating experience. Improve processor performance. Mo Ran's eyes lit up, this is a good thing. What are the basic usage requirements for a mobile phone? Smooth and not sluggish. Nowadays, with the high frequency of mobile phone usage, no one can tolerate a phone that can't stand being stuck. But is it easy to achieve smoothness and smoothness? Not easy. He clearly remembered that the most popular criticism of Android phones was, Android too laggy. Even top companies like Huawei and Xiaomi have not completely solved this problem in 2016. Not to mention counterfeit machines. The current Nietzsche Mobile phone is using the public version Android 4.4 system in the knockoff circle. The system often lags and stutters, and opening applications is particularly slow. If multiple apps are opened, it may even freeze. If this Android system optimization program can really be applied to Nietzsche phones, will the phone's performance and system feel be one level ahead of other counterfeit phones? Mo Rant's emotions were immediately aroused, looking forward to the second optimization program. Camera Optimization Program. This program can optimize the camera's shooting effect and improve imaging quality. When shooting characters, they can be automatically beautified. Note: the effectiveness of this program is positively correlated with the performance of the camera, sensor, and CPU. Improve the quality of photography. Mo Ran suddenly thought of Honghua Company. Honghua phones are well known in the industry as top-tier companies that can capture high-quality photos with low-pixel cameras. And what do they rely on? What they rely on is their unique global imaging underlying algorithm, an excellent algorithm that can mine millions of pixels of cameras to the extreme. Mo Ran took a deep breath. Of course. He doesn't expect the optimization program to optimize Nietzsche's 1-megapixel camera to millions of pixels, but as long as there is some effect, it can be considered an absolute advantage in the knockoff machine. After a moment, he clicked on download and the system suddenly sounded a prompt. Download failed, please bind to Pinxi store first. Mo Ran immediately logged out of the system, and soon Wang Fugue was called into the office. Wang Fugue can be considered an old servant of Nietzsche's mobile phone. As early as the establishment of Nietzsche in 2007, he was one of them, and for so many years he has witnessed the glory and desolation of the Nietzsche mobile phone. When the original owner purchased Nietzsche Mobile, he saw that Wang Fugue had connections in the circle, understood some technology, and was able to manage it, so he invited him to stay. After listening to Mo Rant's plan to open a shop on Pinxi, old Wang was immediately surprised. I am not very familiar with Pinxi Lao Wang, and I have only heard of him occasionally in the past month. It is said that this is a newly established shopping website similar to the previous group buying model, and the quality of the products sold on the platform is very poor. Simply put, it is a counterfeit and inferior platform. Of course, this is not the most important thing. The important thing is, what is Pinxi? Tao Wu is the king of e-commerce. He glanced anxiously at Mo Ran, ready to remind him. Boss, Pinxi is just a small platform. Unexpectedly, Mo Ran waved his hand and interrupted him, saying without a doubt. Lao Wang, there's no need to say much, just do as I say. Contact the staff of Pinxi immediately and ask them to come and help open the store. The faster, the better. Old Wang swallowed everything to the point of his mouth. Hey. Alright, boss. A few days ago, a member of the Pinxi marketing department left a business card for me to look for. Go ahead. UU reading www.uukangshu.net. Wang Fugue is very efficient in handling affairs. Just after noon, a chubby figure came to the office. Hello boss, I am the account manager of Pinxi marketing department. My name is Li Dongbao, just call me Xiao Li. Mo Ran looked at Li Dongbao. The person is very young, with a chubby white face and a pair of black framed glasses that make them look cute and honest at first glance. After entering the door, he kept holding on to the information with both hands, his whole body tense and looking very nervous. Still a chick. In this scene, Mo Ran rarely smiled, and his tense nerves suddenly relaxed after crossing over. He lightly patted Li Dongbao's shoulder and then personally brewed a cup of tea. Sit down, Xiao Li, chat while drinking. Li Dongbao is indeed a college student, who has just graduated and joined the workforce shortly after. These days, he has been receiving a lot of cold treatment from merchants when running business. At this moment, he suddenly felt Mo Ran's enthusiasm and was greatly favored, instantly increasing his liking. Mr. Mo, you're too polite. Thank you. Mo Ran also sat down, not in a hurry to mention the store, but first asked. Xiao Li, I'm not very familiar with your Pinxi platform. Can you introduce it first? This sentence is sincere. Although Mo Ran knew that Pinxi would become popular on the internet in a few years, he knew very little about the current Pinxi. What has been the development of the Pinxi festival in February 2016? Okay, Mr. Mo. Our platform was officially established in September 2015, which happened to be half a year ago. Now, we are actively inviting high-quality merchants to join us. Mo Ran frowned slightly. Only half a year. Chapter 3 Hustle. You are simply acting recklessly. You are listening at novel full.audio. Mo Ran's frowning expression made Li Dongbao a little nervous. The place where he is located is the inland city of Rongqing in Yanghua. Compared with the Zhejiang, Guangdong and Shenzhen areas, the sensitivity of the merchants here is not high. For the newly launched platform Pinxi, the vast majority of merchants here lack interest. So when Mo Ran frowned, he couldn't help but let out a thud in his heart and quickly explained. Mr. Mo, although we have only been established for half a year, our platform's transaction volume exceeded 10 million yuan last month, and the number of paying users also exceeded 15 million. Most importantly, our data is rapidly increasing. Mo Ran nodded silently in his heart. Although the current sales data is vastly different from Taowu, as someone who has experienced it, he has no doubt about the expansion speed of Pinxi. Just wanted to speak. But at this moment, he saw Li Dongbao beside him suddenly hesitating, as if he had something to say. Mo Ran stopped. Sure enough, a few seconds later, Li Dongbao leaned forward slightly and whispered. Mr. Mo, if you open a store on our platform, I can give you an internal support quota. Internal support quota. Don't burn your eyebrows and raise them. After a moment, the honest Li Dongbao immediately spoke out everything he knew. It's like this, Mr. Mo. In order to invite high-quality brand merchants to settle in, our headquarters has recently launched an internal support plan, and I have just won a spot. Don't underestimate the internal support quota. Our entire Southwest Region Marketing Department only has a few. It not only brings normal 2.3 times traffic to the store, but also enters the official promotion list for various activities. Mo Ran's heart was pounding with excitement. He comes from 2023 and understands the importance of traffic. With traffic, even pigs can fly. 7 days, with only 7 days left, he will have to settle the unpaid wages of his employees in 7 days. If there were internal support quotas to help, perhaps it could really open up the situation and turn the tables. Mo Ran held the teacup tightly and felt hope for the first time. In addition, if your product can make it to the top 10 in the monthly sales list of the mobile phone category, there will be additional traffic rewards next month. If you can make it to the top 50 on the website's sales chart, there will also be recommendations from all platforms. Finally, Li Dongbao pushed the frame of the mirror. Mr. Mo, I only told you about this internal support quota when I treated you as a friend. Normally, we only give quotas to well-known brand merchants. Li Dongbao's sincere gaze made Mo Ran somewhat moved. After a moment, he took the initiative to hold on to Li Dongbao. Soon. Under the guidance of Li Dongbao, Mo Ran quickly filled in the detailed store information, leaving only the store name column empty. After thinking for a few seconds, I finally filled in. Nietzsche official self-operated flagship store. Submit the application. The loading circle appears on the phone screen, and after 2 seconds, the submission is successful. At this moment, a metal electron synthesis sound echoed in Mo Ran's mind. Congratulations on successfully binding to Pinxi's new store. Nietzsche official self-operated flagship store. Note. This binding has uniqueness and cannot be cancelled or renamed. Rewards are related to store ratings, etc. Now we will start distributing the first beginner task. Task name. Experienced the beginning of the Pinxi festival. Task description. You have successfully opened a brand new store on Pinxi. Please list a product and complete your first transaction. Task reward. Get a beginner gift pack of 3. Note: other system functions should be explored by the host themselves. Task distribution completed, good luck to you. Listening to the pleasant prompt, he breathed a sigh of relief and immediately entered the system after seeing off Li Dongbao. Download optimization programs. After a slight stabbing pain, Mo Ran suddenly had 2 more copies of the content and principles of the optimization program in his mind. Then, he followed the system prompts and downloaded the packaged program to a USB drive. After finishing these tasks, it was already close to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. The immense pressure left him with no time to delay, so he picked up the USB drive and pushed the door out of the office. At this moment, several employees in the office area were gathering together to chat, clearly entering the off-duty mode ahead of schedule. Mo Ran glanced silently and walked through the office area towards a separate room in the northwest corner, with a sign nailed to the door. The technical department. In fact, the current Nietzsche company is no different from ordinary small companies. The company is located in an old-fashioned technology park in the western district of Rongqing City. On the 3rd floor, in addition to Nietzsche phones, there are also 2 other companies. The entire company has a small area of about 200 square meters, with the lobby serving as the employee office area and a few separate offices remaining. It is obvious that as one of the most important departments of counterfeit mobile phone manufacturers, the technology department has its own independent office. Mo Ran walked in. The technical department is a bit messy, with 2 slightly old computers arranged together on the workbench. Next to the computers, more than 10 mobile phones are on for testing. He remembers the name of the technician. Keji. Keji is the only technical personnel of Nietzsche's mobile phone, and he is fully responsible for all technical issues related to mobile phones. Upon hearing someone come in, Keji looked up and saw that it was Mo Ran. He then continued to lower his head and fiddle with the computer. Mo Ran frowned. In my memory, Keji was always aloof and arrogant towards the original owner. The original owner was concerned that he was a technical personnel and the only technical backbone, so he had to get used to it. How is the debugging of the new phone going? Mo Ran walked up to him and asked lightly. Keji still didn't look up and looked at the computer screen, saying in his mouth. Not bad. No serious bugs were found, and the compatibility between hardware and software was also good, basically that's it. Test it for a few more days and you'll be able to implement it. Mo Ran let out a sigh and then handed over the USB drive in his hand. Teacher give it a try. There are 2 optimization programs here, you can install them on your phone and see if they have any effect. Keji was stunned for a moment, then looked up at Mo Ran with a face full of dissatisfaction and resistance. Mr. Mo, what do you mean by this? You just don't trust me like that. If you don't trust me, you can hire someone to debug the system again. I've been testing for 2 weeks now, and suddenly you showed me a program from somewhere I don't know where to try. In case there is a problem that causes the system to crash, who is responsible? Keji doesn't like people to criticize his profession. Similarly, he is also very confident. He is well aware that it is not easy for counterfeit mobile phone manufacturers like Nietzsche to hire a technician like him. I am responsible. Keji's eyes suddenly became urgent, he stood up suddenly, and said angrily. Nonsense. You're just nonsense. Chapter 4. The Humiliated Keji. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Mo Ran's eyes turned cold. After several seconds of stalemate, Keji was still defeated. At this moment, Mo Ran's gaze made him somewhat familiar. Just this morning, in the office area outside, Mo Ran stared at Wang Meng with almost the same eyes and coldly asked him to leave. Although I don't know why Mo Ran suddenly changed his personality, the hero didn't suffer immediate losses. What if he also let himself go? It has to be said that although the company is facing operational difficulties, Mo Rant's salary is still quite high and has never been delayed. It is not easy for Nietzsche to find a technician, and similarly, it is not easy for him to find a job with the same treatment. How Keji's aura dissipated, and his emotions calmed down. Quietly, he sat back on the bench without a trace. I am also considering the company. There is a large amount of technical information in the company's computer, as well as the system source files that have been hard debugged for the past half-month. In case of a virus, it could be a loss for the company. Mo Ran ignored and handed over the USB drive again. Give it a try. This time, how Keji didn't dare to refuse and reluctantly took it over. After a moment of reflection, he shifted his attention back to the USB drive. I want to see what kind of optimization program it is. If we can optimize the system just by creating a program, what's the use of our technical staff? It's so naive and adorable. Thinking about it, how Keji plugged in the USB drive. Quickly, the USB drive opened. There are only 2 pre-packaged installation programs in the USB drive. At the prompt of Mo Ran, the 2 programs were successfully written into a brand new phone. Seeing this, Mo Ran continued to signal. Give it a try. Although how Keji was very unhappy with Mo Ran's tone, he reluctantly picked up his phone and started operating it. A few seconds later, he suddenly froze. Immediately after, he kept sliding his phone screen, opened 4 or 5 apps in a row, and even opened a mobile game in the end. After about 2 minutes, the expression completely froze. There have been no changes to the system interface or hardware, but the overall feel have really improved a lot. Especially in terms of system response speed and application startup speed, one can clearly feel that it is a few tenths of a second faster than before. Don't underestimate a few tenths of a second, that's a goal that many mobile phone development teams are trying their best to achieve. How is the effect? How Keji's face suddenly became extremely unnatural, and after a moment, he struggled to utter 2 words. Not bad. Try taking photos again. There is an optimization program used to optimize camera imaging. He reluctantly picked up his new phone again, started the camera program, and took more than 10 consecutive photos with a click. How is the effect? How Keji's face was tense, but his heart couldn't hold any longer. He is very familiar with the camera configuration of the new phone. The front is 1.2 million pixels, and the back is 3 million pixels, so the photos taken with this configuration cannot be much better. The dozen or so photos I just took not only have high color saturation, but also good clarity, which is clearly one level higher than before optimization. This is just a rear camera. Surprisingly, the front-facing camera program also has a beauty feature. And the effect is pretty good. This broken program is really useful. After a moment, he gritted his teeth and said. Also. It's okay. Mo Ran breathed a sigh of relief in his heart. He could see all of how Keji's painful expression in his eyes. He knew very well that if optimizing the program didn't work, how Keji would probably have jumped up and mocked himself long ago. Since it's useful, then all new phones produced next will be equipped with these 2 optimization programs, and this matter will be left to you. By the way, just now you said how long will the system need to be debugged before it can truly be implemented. How Keji was taken aback for a moment and said. There are still a few days left. I can't wait anymore. Mo Ran shook his head. We have been debugging for half a month, and by tomorrow noon at the latest, you must provide a stable mobile phone system. Tomorrow afternoon, I will officially start selling new phones. How Keji became anxious and instinctively refused. Mr. Mo, you can't act recklessly. I have indeed tested the system for half a month and there shouldn't be any major issues, but... His gaze fell on the USB drive. But... Do you need to test the stability of the 2 optimization programs you just gave? What if they are incompatible and frequently crash? That's also right. How long will it take to test? Based on experience, it takes at least 20 hours to test, and at the fastest it will take 2 days. Mo Rand pondered for a moment, then took out his phone and glanced at it before saying. At 5:50 p.m. now, it's exactly 20 hours away from tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. You have to work overtime, and the time is just right. How Keji's eyes were shocked and he said incredulously. What? What do you mean by asking me to work overtime all night tonight until tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock? What's going on? There's something at home. Mo Rant's excessive demands made how Keji feel greatly ashamed, and his pent-up dissatisfaction surged again. Under Mo Rant's faint questioning, the 4 words, "I really don't want to," couldn't be said. But it's not over yet. By the way, you'll sign the confidentiality agreement later. These 2 optimization programs are the core trade secrets of our company. From now on, not only can you not disclose the source code program to others in any way, but you must also find ways to ensure its absolute security. Remember, once any form of leakage occurs, I will personally hold you legally responsible. Confidentiality agreement. How Keji was caught off guard and instinctively wanted to argue a few words, but the next second he suddenly realized that he didn't seem to have the capital to refuse. He had no doubt that if he said no, Mo Ran in front of him would immediately make him go. After hesitating for a moment, he nodded in humiliation. At this point, Mo Ran lightly patted his shoulder. How sure, rest assured that your contribution can be seen by the company, and tonight's overtime pay will be calculated for you. How Keji remained expressionless. After Mo Ran walked out of the office for a long time, he suddenly slapped himself. You have a bit of backbone. If you work overtime, you can work overtime. If you sign a confidentiality agreement, you can sign it. After a long sigh. Hey. I can't think of it that way either. Everyone else in the company doesn't receive overtime pay for overtime. Mo Ran took the initiative to offer overtime pay, which proves that he still values me in his heart. I still have a lot of weight. Thinking of this, how Keji gritted his teeth. Just this once, let's not do it again. On the other side. Mo Ran returned to the office and dialed Wang Fugue's phone number. When he learned that he needed a comprehensive confidentiality agreement, old Wang also found it difficult. Mr. Mo, our company does not have a ready-made agreement template, and we can only find a professional law firm for this type of professional agreement. Speaking of which, old Wang mentioned. Boss, didn't your friend mention knowing a lawyer before? Can you ask her to help us introduce a lawyer? Mo Ran was stunned for a moment, then regained consciousness. What Lao Wang said should be a friend of the original owner. This friend's name is Wan. Gentle. But as he tried to recall, for some reason, his mood suddenly became low, as if the original owner didn't want to disturb her. Mo Ran had a headache and waved his hand, saying. Forget it, Lao Wang, just look for a law firm on your own. After saying this, he hung up the phone and cleared all the distractions from his mind. The most important thing now is the launch and sale of the new phone tomorrow. Chapter 5. Nietzsche A7 listing sales. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The next day. At 8 o'clock in the morning, Mo Ran arrived at the company on time. Last night, we received the official news that Pinxi has passed the store review. According to the plan, the new phone will be officially launched on Pinxi by noon today. In this way. This morning, we will finalize the price, model, and marketing plan for the new phone. After bringing 3 newly packaged phones from the technical department, Wang Fugue and several staff members responsible for online store operations were also called into the office. I'm planning to put my new phone on the shelves at noon. Here is the prototype, you can take a look first. Mo Ran said directly, and everyone was not surprised. Everyone knew that the company really couldn't afford it now. Opening the phone case, 3 new phones with small size, exquisite workmanship, and good-looking texture appeared in front of me. Everyone's eyes lit up. Although they were all Nietzsche employees, they had only seen model machines before and were suddenly amazed when they saw real machines for the first time. Wow! I didn't feel much about the model before, I didn't expect the actual product to look so beautiful. Boss, I have to say that the appearance designed by the professional team is indeed of high quality. This money is really worth it. Mo Ran was also very satisfied with the employee's response, and then briefly introduced 2 optimization programs. Everyone was even more surprised, and after experiencing it firsthand, everyone's eyes flickered with surprise. It's really smooth. Compared to the current Nietzsche phones on sale, the new phones in front of us have greatly improved in terms of texture, feel, and system smoothness. Wang Fugue beside him had the strongest and most excited expression. I said the boss has a solution. Selling phones of this quality on Taowu and buying some traffic, how can we still sell 1,000 units a month? Speaking of which, he paused for a moment, full of anticipation. Boss, how much are you planning to price? This time, Mo Ran didn't rush to answer and instead asked. Lao Wang, how much do you think the pricing is suitable? At least 599 yuan. After speaking, old Wang patted his chest. I have already experienced it just now. Compared to other competitors' counterfeit phones, I have never seen anyone whose appearance and performance can reach our level. Even compared to big companies like Coolpad, Jin Li, and Lenovo, our feel and performance are not inferior at all, completely comparable to their 700 or 800 phones. So, considering all factors, I think the price of 599 yuan is the most suitable. Mo Ran nodded slightly. In fact, as a counterfeit phone, the hardware used in the new phone is low-end products in the market, and the cost of a single device is not high. The only significant expenditure was the original owner's investment of 4 million yuan in design and mold costs in pursuit of better appearance quality. According to the original owner's plan, the new phone is priced at 499 yuan, with a gross profit of approximately 230 yuan per phone, excluding design fees. However, after careful consideration last night, he decided to reprice the price. He is very clear that the core of Pinxi is low price, and coupled with the new opening of the store, the current Nietzsche phones have no premium ability. And most importantly, 6 days later, he urgently needs a sum of money to pay his salary. At present, we have 2 new phone models. The 512 MB plus 6 GB regular version is priced at 399 yuan, and the 512 MB plus 8 GB high-end version is priced at 499 yuan. Wang Fugue's face was shocked. Boss, this price is too cheap, isn't it? Believe me, even if the regular version of 6 GB is priced at 499 yuan and the high-end version is priced at 599 yuan, the sales will definitely not be bad. Not only did Wang Fugue look surprised, but the operators on the side were also equally surprised. You should know that the vast majority of counterfeit phones on the market are priced between 300 and 400 yuan, and even the phones currently being sold by Nietzsche are priced at 399 yuan. But compared to the new phone in front of me, the same 399 yuan is simply soaring. Once this stylish and high-quality 399 yuan mobile phone is launched on the market, how can other counterfeit phones be played? Isn't it indiscriminate killing? Boss. Everyone wanted to persuade, but Mo Ran no longer wanted to waste time. That's how the price is set. Next, let me talk about the marketing plan. 2 promotional focuses. One is the deeply optimized Android 4.4 system, and the other is the camera beauty feature. Everyone instantly fell silent. The staff responsible for store operations dare not neglect and take out a notebook to start recording. In addition, the title of the product is also important, and it must be written with 100% genuine guarantee. Official self-operation. One false claim pays 100. And nationwide joint insurance. Everyone was extremely surprised to hear that they had been operating an online store for over a year and had never heard of such a marketing approach. Wang Fugue was also confused and took advantage of Mo Rant's pause to quickly say, "Boss, what does this mean? And will this involve false advertising?" False advertising. Mo Rant's gaze fell on him with a swoosh. "Isn't what we're selling genuine? It's not an official self-operated product, isn't it a fake product that costs 100 yuan? Wang Fugue felt a hint of coolness and had to grit his head and continue speaking. "What about nationwide joint insurance? We don't have any offline branches anymore. Within the country, as long as it can be sent to our factory, we can provide warranty. This is not a nationwide joint guarantee. Everyone. Speaking of which, Mo Ran paused and continued. In addition, we will also list our new phones on Taowu next. However, the prices are not 399 yuan and 499 yuan, but 999 yuan and 1099 yuan. Wang Fugue listened in confusion and said, "Boss, what's the use of raising the price so high?" As soon as the question was asked, I suddenly realized it. The original price on Taowu was 999 yuan, but now it's only 399 yuan for Pinxi. Mo Ran laughed and nodded. That's right, Taowu.com shows customers the original price. Most customers who use Pinxi now use Taowu. Many of them compare prices on Taowu when making purchases. Think about it, once they see on Taowu that our phone's original price is 999 yuan, but when the new Pinxi store opens for only 399 yuan, would you buy it? Everyone looked at Mo Ran with incorrect eyes. Is this the so-called official subsidy of 600 yuan? Alright, Yu reading www.yuukangshu.net. Next is the gift. Soon. With the quick guidance of Mo Ran, the marketing plan was quickly determined, and then the name of the new phone was also determined. Nietzsche A7. Immediately. Everyone began to get busy. At 2 p.m., How Technology provided the encrypted Android system installation package to the production department, and the Nietzsche A7 officially started mass production. At 2:30 p.m., Nietzsche A7 was launched on Taowu.com, with a price of 999 yuan for 512 megabytes plus 6 gigabytes and 1099 yuan for 512 megabytes plus 8 gigabytes. At 2:35 p.m., Pinxi launched the Nietzsche official self-operated flagship store, and officially launched the Nietzsche A7 phone, priced at 399 yuan and 499 yuan. One click to open the product, a row of labels featuring 100% authentic, official self-operated, national joint guarantee, official subsidy, and limited time promotion appear in front of you. On the product images, the most eye-catching feature is Deep Optimization, New Experience. Optimized version of Android 4.4 system. AI Intelligent Rendering, give you a classic beauty phone. Mo Ran is very satisfied, and this kind of promotion perfectly fits the style of Pinxi. However, when the product is truly listed, Mo Ran's heart inevitably hangs. He has already done everything he can, and now he doesn't know when he will be able to issue an order, and what the final sales will be like. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes 1 hour later, the customer service account suddenly made a crisp sound, ding. The item you listed has been purchased, please ship it promptly. Who? Chapter 6. The King of Counterfeit Machines. Nietzsche. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Zhao Lei, 24 years old, is a recent graduate. Like most of his classmates, Zhao Lei started working after graduation and became an ordinary salesperson in a pharmaceutical company. At 7 p.m., Zhao Lei, who had been running errands all day, finally dragged his tired body back to the rental house. My stomach was already growling with hunger. After soaking a bucket of instant noodles from the cabinet, I lay on the sofa and enjoyed a rare rest time. After working for almost 2 weeks, besides being quite tired, he became increasingly eager to buy another work phone. That's right. Like most salespeople, he adds a lot of customer WeChat, QQ, and phone numbers every day. In just 2 weeks, his life and work were completely intertwined, and when he opened his social circle, it was all news about work. He hates this kind of life. However, Zhao Lei sighed slightly. As a newly graduated college student, he didn't have much savings, and purchasing a mobile phone was already a huge expense for him. No, I still need to buy a new phone, just a cheap one. I can eat instant noodles for another 2 weeks at most. At the dining table, Zhao Lei was eating freshly brewed instant noodles while taking out his phone to browse various shopping websites. His requirements are very simple: he can answer and make calls on a daily basis, and can use QQ and WeChat fluently. Besides, the cheaper the better. Under such a budget, first-line brands such as Honghua, Huawei, Vivo, and Rice naturally don't need to think about it. The cheapest brands such as Meizu, HTC, and ZTE are generally priced at over 1,500 yuan. So he directly targeted third-tier brands such as Jin Li, Lenovo, and Coolpad. Especially Lenovo, he has a good impression. The laptop he used in his 4 years of college is Lenovo, and Lenovo is also a well-known big brand. Quickly, he searched for Lenovo's cheapest phone on sale. The Lenovo A3800D. The Lenovo A3800D has a very ordinary appearance, with a very wide black border that frames a small screen, giving it an old-fashioned and rigid appearance. However, Zhao Lei doesn't care about appearance and clicks on the product page. Production date: January 2015. CPU model: MediaTek MT6582. CPU core count: 4 cores, 1.3 GHz. Operating system: Android 4.4. Screen size: 4.5 inches. Screen resolution: 480 by 854. Running memory: 512 MB RAM. Main body memory: 4 GB ROM. Battery capacity: 1,700 mAh. Zhao Lei looked carefully and was quite satisfied with all the data, but when he saw the price, he hesitated a bit. Retail price: 599 yuan. His psychological price range is around 300 yuan. Although he is very satisfied with this phone, it is twice as expensive as his budget. Let's take a look at something else. If it's really not possible, let's talk about it. Helpless, Zhao Lei had to first add to the shopping cart and then continue browsing other brands. However, after browsing Taowu, I didn't find any phones with higher cost-effectiveness. At this moment, he remembered a new shopping app he had installed a few days ago. Pinxi. But when he strolled around Pinxi with hope, he found that the phones on Pinxi were indeed cheaper than those on Taowu, but the vast majority were counterfeit phones, and the quality didn't look very good. It seems that we can only grit our teeth and buy Lenovo's A3800D, which is already the king of cost-effectiveness for under 600 yuan. I need to eat a few more weeks of instant noodles. Thinking of this, he reluctantly took a bite of instant noodles and prepared to grit his teeth to purchase the Lenovo A3800D. But at this moment, his gaze was drawn to the product at the bottom of the search page. The official limited time subsidy is 600 yuan, and the lowest price online is only 399 yuan. At the moment of seeing this sentence, Zhao Lei felt his DNA move. Good guy, this is speaking to the depths of my heart. Perhaps Mo Rant's marketing copy is too excellent. Zhao Lei couldn't help but click in and immediately entered the product details page. 100% genuine. Official direct sales. National Joint Guarantee. New store opening with limited time promotion. Zhao Lei was very surprised. This kind of promotional method is very innovative. After you click on the product, almost all the information you want to know is displayed. At least when he saw the official direct sales and 100% authentic products, his heart relaxed a bit. He continued to look down. Mobile phone brand. Nietzsche Mobile phones. Are you a counterfeit machine manufacturer again? Zhao Lei's interest has cooled down a bit, but he has clicked on all the points and the price is also in line with his psychological expectations. By the way, he continued to read on. Production date. February 2016. CPU model. MediaTek MT6572. CPU core count. Dual core 1.3 GHz. Operating system. Android 4.4, deeply optimized version, smooth without lagging. Screen size. 4.8 inches. Screen resolution. 480 by 720. Running memory. 512 MB RAM. Body memory. 6 GB ROM. Battery capacity. 2500 mAh rear camera. 3 million pixels, AI rendering, automatic retouching, front camera. 1 million pixels, built-in selfie beauty. Zhao Lei was eating instant noodles while looking at the detailed parameters, however. Watch and see. His trembling voice gradually subsided, and the movements of his hands also stopped. Is this configuration okay? And what are the specially marked deep optimization version, no lag, AI rendering, and selfie beauty? He immediately sat up straight, pushed away the remaining half of the instant noodles, and then stared at the phone screen, continuing to scroll down. Next is a video. He clicked the play button and a white Nietzsche A7 phone appeared on the screen. The staff began sliding the screen to test the smoothness of the system, and then opened various apps to test the response speed 1 minute later. Zhao Lei looked at the screen, with stunning colors flashing in his eyes. Is it so smooth and silky? Stamp. He couldn't believe it, he clicked the replay button and watched it again. Playback ends. Take another look. Take another look. Take another look. Unconsciously, Zhao Lei has played the video 5 or 6 times repeatedly. Now he can confirm that the video has not been accelerated and is definitely playing normally. That is to say, this Nietzsche A7 is really so smooth and smooth. A needle does not prick. The instant noodles on the table have already cooled down, but Zhao Lei is a bit excited at this moment. If that's the case, then this phone undoubtedly perfectly meets your needs, can smoothly use WeChat and QQ, and can answer and make calls normally. What more association do I need? Zhao Lei did not hesitate, 399 yuan, and directly chose to combine orders. In a few seconds, the order is completed. He didn't hesitate to throw away the instant noodles on the table and excitedly shared the link with the university dormitory group. Brothers, I have found a highly cost-effective phone. At this moment, everyone has just graduated and the relationship is hot, very quickly. The WeChat group is getting lively. Lao Zhou said, Lao Zhao, why don't you spare me? Don't come knocking on me, I'm going to chop and vomit. Zhao Lei. Old Zhou, I just shared the link and didn't ask you to cut a knife. At this point, another roommate joined. Xiao Ming. Damn it, Lei Gu, you dare to buy a phone on Pinxi. You're so brave. Zhao Lei. What? Xiao Ming. How dare you buy a phone on Pinxi? You're a ruthless person. Do you know what brand you're buying? Zhao Lei. What? Xiao Ming. Nietzsche. The king of knockoff machines, Nietzsche. You're amazing. Let me put it this way, can this damn phone use my special live stream to do upside down shit? Old Li. Screenshot taken. Screenshot taken. Zhao Lei. What? Chapter 7. Tablet Design Diagram. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Zhao Lei was not the first person to purchase a Nietzsche A7 phone, nor was he the first to share it with friends after purchasing it. Almost at the same time, Fang Lin, located in a small town in the southwest region, also discovered Nietzsche A7. However, unlike Zhao Lei, who just graduated, Fang Lin is a deep online shopping user, ranging from household appliances to food and clothing, almost all of which are online shopping. Especially after accidentally downloading Pinxi, Fang Lin became uncontrollable, and the cheap price made it impossible for her to control herself. This day, her phone, which had been in use for nearly 3 years, malfunctioned again and was too hot. It crashed shortly after. She made up her mind to get a new phone. However, for Fang Lin, who runs a hair salon and does some small business in the small town, not to mention buying 2,000 to 3,000 smartphones, even if it's just over 1,000, she can't bear to part with it. So, she decided to take a look at the Pinxi festival. Soon. Open Pinxi. Search keyword. Mobile phone, a long string of search results appears. Jin Li. Cool Pad. MasterCard. There are also some unknown counterfeit mobile phone brands. After looking at the top few phones in a row, Fang Lin felt dissatisfied. Although most phones are priced below 1,000 yuan and also in line with her psychological expectations, she didn't feel it after looking at them. However, she is not discouraged. She firmly believes that she can definitely find good phones on Pinxi. Immediately after flipping through 4 or 5 pages in a row, her gaze suddenly froze. A beautiful product picture slides out from the bottom of the phone, and the phone in the picture seems a bit nice. Her mind hasn't moved yet, her hand has already clicked in. Wow! Is this phone too beautiful? The white one looks so beautiful, and the screen also looks very big. Sigh. The size is also suitable, I can hold it with just one hand. Fang Lin was overjoyed, her eyes could no longer be moved. And when she saw the specially marked, built.in selfie beauty, she couldn't help but get excited. You should know that although it is already 2016, that a selfie beauty function is almost only available on phones priced around 2,000 yuan. And she is not only a beauty controller, but also enjoys taking selfies. Look at the price. She quickly selected the configuration, 512 megabytes plus 8 gigabytes, white, 499 yuan. 499 yuan. Seeing the price clearly, Fang Lin was stunned for a moment. At least she was also a deep online shopping patient, and immediately realized that the price was a bit low. Her heart pounded, and her originally excited heart slightly calmed down. To be honest, she hopes to buy a phone for around 800.1000 yuan. She is concerned about the quality of her 499 yuan phone. Just when hesitating. Suddenly. In the picture scrolling above the phone, there is a picture with the words, original price of 1,099 yuan, official limited time subsidy of 600 yuan, lowest price on the entire network, etc. The original price is 1,099 yuan. Official limited time subsidy. Fang Lin's eyes lit up and she immediately left Pinxi, then opened Taowu and JD.com to search for Nietzsche A7 phone. That's right, she wants to search and compare prices across the entire network. After a moment, the original price of 1,099 yuan on the Nietzsche Taowu store completely surprised her. Really, feel at ease now. It turns out that the 1,099 yuan mobile phone is really running a promotion. The official discount is 600 yuan. With such a large promotion, it's only when a new store opens that you can get it. I made a profit, this wave of blood earned. I can buy a phone for only 499 yuan, which was originally priced at 1099 yuan. I said that you can definitely find good treasures on Pinxi. No, I need to share it in the family group. Without any hesitation, Fang Lin quickly opened Pinxi and clicked on customer service. Dear, can we ship today? What kind of express delivery will you send? Ship now, SF free shipping. Send original chargers, original tempered film, original headphones, original phone cases, everything is original, rest assured. Stories of buyers like Zhao Lei and Fang Lin continue to occur, and the sales of the Nietzsche A7 on Pinxi are gradually starting to improve. However, no one has yet noticed. After being launched for 10 hours, the sales data of the Nietzsche A7 phone quietly entered the top 200 in the monthly sales ranking of the Pinxi mobile phone category, including Mo Ran. The next morning at 11 o'clock, Mo Ran was in the office when the system suddenly sounded a warning sound. Ding, congratulations on completing the beginner task. Pinxi Shichu experience. You have successfully obtained the task reward. Beginner Gift Pack 3. Do you want to open it now? Mo Ran nodded and said, yes. Ding, congratulations on receiving the Beginner Gift Pack 3. NC.1 Tablet Motherboard Circuit Design Diagram, Quality. Good, B.level, downloadable. Seeing the system suddenly giving a prompt for novice task completion, Mo Ran knew that it must be the customer who placed the order yesterday who confirmed receipt today. Immediately after, the system sound rang again. Ding, congratulations on completing the beginner task and receiving a positive review from the store, with a point reward of +50. Congratulations on unlocking the Points Mall. You can purchase technology or drawings within the mall through points. Note 1. Mall services belong to customized services, and point redemption prices are expensive, and a floating price mechanism is adopted. That is, with the current timeline as the central axis, the earlier the technology appears, the cheaper the exchange fee, and the more expensive the technology that exceeds the current timeline. Once exchanged, it cannot be refunded. Note 2. For every product sold on the Pinxi bound store, customers can receive corresponding point rewards after receiving feedback. Positive reviews earn points, while positive reviews do not earn points. Negative reviews will deduct points. The basic points for each product are different, please refer to the corresponding instructions. Mo Ran was surprised in his heart and didn't pay attention to the blueprint reward he had just received. He read it carefully. The point mall is easy to understand, it's just about earning points through selling goods and redeeming various skills. What he didn't expect was the acquisition of points is surprisingly related to positive reviews. Positive reviews add points, positive reviews do not earn points, negative reviews deduct points. The reputation of Nietzsche's phone is not very good. Not long ago, Nietzsche's phone was maliciously left with negative reviews by netizens on Tao's store. Rubbing the temples, Mo Ran felt a headache. However, the system prompt has not ended yet. Ding, detected that the host has obtained the NC.1 tablet circuit design diagram and successfully unlocked the tablet task. Description. The NC.1 tablet computer motherboard circuit design drawing is a current world class, B.level, design drawing, which is helpful for improving the quality of your company's products. Note. The drawing quality is divided into 5 types. Defective, ordinary, good, excellent, and top.level legendary. Now we will start distributing the second beginner task. Task name. Initial experience of tablets. Task description. Successfully design and manufacture a brand new tablet computer using the NC.1 tablet main board circuit design diagram, and successfully sell 100 units. Task reward. Obtain beginner gift pack 4. Mo Ran was surprised to find that there are still beginner missions. And this time is to manufacture a brand new tablet computer. I haven't even figured out my phone yet. Are we going to build a tablet computer so soon? Chapter 8. This is the only time, let's not take it as an example. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Mo Ran quickly rejected the idea of producing tablets. According to the prompts, completing the task requires using the NC.1 motherboard circuit design diagram to manufacture a tablet computer. And now Nietzsche clearly lacks production capacity. The core reason is no money. Actually, it's not difficult to make a tablet. Just like producing counterfeit phones, you only need to find a chip solution company to provide a solution, and then purchase the corresponding motherboard and accessories according to the plan. Finally, customize another batch of shell molds, assemble the spare parts and print the logo, and they can be sold. This is the so-called OEM product. But designing independently can be quite troublesome. Firstly, the NC.1 type motherboard circuit design diagram should be provided to the motherboard OEM manufacturer for OEM. Then install the screen, speaker, camera and other components into the machine. This is also the standard process for large manufacturers to manufacture a tablet computer. It's obvious. Nietzsche would get stuck in the first step of contract manufacturing. Nietzsche doesn't have the money to find a contract factory to produce motherboards now. We can only slow down for now. Wait until we have more funds before starting this tablet. Mo Ran made up his mind and immediately put this matter aside for the time being. Immediately afterwards, his gaze fell on the positive review system. Positive reviews can earn points, while negative reviews can even result in points being deducted, so positive reviews are crucial. So, for each negative and positive review, it is necessary to arrange a dedicated person to communicate with the customer, and it is best to change it to a positive review. So, this matter must be handled by a dedicated person. After 3 reasons, Mo Ran decided on this plan in his heart. He is never a passive person who sits idly by, he prefers initiative. However, after experiencing many twists and turns, Nietzsche's company's manpower has become extremely tight, and it is not easy to hire people for a while. He can only find someone internally to take on the job first. Old Wang stared at the production end and couldn't move. There are only 2 people, customer service personnel and operations. Operations even have to be responsible for graphic design, after-sales and other work, and as the store gets on track, it will only get busier and busier. Mo Ran frowned tightly, not thinking of a suitable person. On the other side, with the official launch and sale of Nietzsche A7 yesterday. With each transaction of orders, the employee area swept away the usual gloom, cheering and laughing, and everyone's faces were filled with smiles. However, there are also exceptions. How Keji's mood is very bad. No. To be precise, I am very dissatisfied. As the only technical talent and core backbone of the company, I was arranged to the after-sales department early in the morning to help package and send packages. It's a great shame. And the initiator of all of this is naturally Mo Ran. Interestingly, in the past, I had to rest for at least a few days after the new phone was released, but now it's even busier than the donkey in the production team. How Keji kept roast when the customer service girl at the front desk came in with the printed invoice. Teacher How, there are 2 more orders, one is white 8G and the other is red 6G. You have to work hard again to pack. Why do you look a bit unhappy? How Keji is speechless. If I remember correctly, adding these 2 orders, this is already the 20th order packed this morning. To be honest, such sales are considered good for the new product, even slightly exceeding expectations. As a technical manager, he should be happy with such sales results. The more he sells, the less happy he becomes. He is very clear that the core highlights of Nietzsche A7 all stem from Mo Ran's optimization program and have little to do with him. If this alone is not enough, What makes him most uncomfortable is, Mo Ran has recently changed his usual behavior, urging him around like a younger brother. The day before yesterday, he was asked to stay up all night and work overtime, and forced to sign a confidentiality agreement. Today I asked him to come to the after-sales service to do some miscellaneous work and package the delivery. And next, I'm not sure if there's anything else. The huge gap made it difficult for him to accept, and he couldn't help but let out a sigh, secretly swearing. If Mo Ran asks himself to do anything else next, he will refuse everything he says. The position that Laozi originally applied for was a senior technical personnel in the technical department. He was a technical personnel sitting in the office, not a laborer. After angrily reciting this sentence, the customer service representative just now returned. This time she didn't hold the delivery note in her hand. "Teacher Hao, let me pack these 2 parcels. Just now, Mr. Mo had something to ask you to come to the office." Mo ran. "Looking for me?" How Keji was taken aback and suddenly felt inexplicably flustered. What can he do to find me? In the office. Mo Ran sat on the soft sofa, picked up his teacup and took a sip, facing the uneasy How Keji. "How sure, fresh long jing, taste it, specially brewed for you." Looking at Mo Ran's smiling face and gentle tone, How Keji's heart tightened with a hint of unease. Reluctantly, he picked up the teacup and took a shallow sip. After a moment, Mo Ran said, "How sure, you should also know about the sales of mobile phones. The sales are good, and you have contributed to it." "Where and where?" "It's my job, my job." "You don't need to be polite, Teacher Hao. You are the backbone of the company with outstanding abilities, which is evident to everyone." Upon hearing this, How Keji became even more uneasy as he had already noticed something was wrong. "Mr. Mo. You praised me greatly. If you have anything to say, you may as well speak up." Mo Ran laughed. "Then I won't be polite. It's like this, as an outstanding backbone and employee of the company, I'm prepared to add more responsibilities to you." How Keji. Previously, our Taowu.com store was plagued by negative reviews. As you know, UU reading books www.uukangshu.net. This time, we finally made a good start with our store on Pinxi, and we must not repeat the same mistakes, so I want to establish an after-sales follow-up department, specifically responsible for making phone calls and communicating with customers to negotiate and modify the middle and negative reviews. I want to leave this matter to you to do. What? How Keji immediately widened his eyes and looked at Mo Ran in terror. "Good guy. Am I a technical personnel? Are you making me a customer service representative now? How many jobs do you need to do for a salary?" He became anxious and spoke up, saying, "Mr. Mo." Unexpectedly, Mo Ran took the lead and said, "The new phone has just been released, and your technical department has nothing else to do in the short term, so work is relatively easy. You will temporarily take on this job." "Mr. Mo, but I don't know." Mo Ran's face instantly turned cold, and his eyes froze. "What's going on?" "Not willing." "Damn it, that's a real dog. I'm flipping my face too quickly." How Keji was completely speechless and greeted Mo Ran with hatred in his heart. After a moment, he looked down at the ground and silently comforted himself, saying, "It's okay. It's just customer service work, and making phone calls is not tiring. Besides, Mo Ran has already said that this is just a temporary part-time job. Didn't you give in and make money yourself? It's not embarrassing. Okay, just this once, let's not repeat it." Taking a deep breath, he looked up and tried to squeeze out a smile. "Mr. Mo, I am willing." Chapter 9. Unfair. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing off How Keji, Mo Ran breathed a sigh of relief in his heart. Soon. At 2 p.m., the daily sales data of the store came out. Wang Fugue took advantage of the lunch break and returned to the office to personally report to Mo Ran. "Boss, the sales data on the first day was pretty good, but it's much better than I expected. Yesterday we sold 8 units, today we sold 20 units, and within 24 hours of being put on the shelves, we sold over 20 units, which is very good." "Not bad." Mo Ran nodded. "It's not a big surprise. It is not an exaggeration to say that he knows better than anyone how fierce the future of Pinxi will be. It is normal for the vast majority of future products to sell over 10,000 yuan last month on Pinxi. On the first day of sales, the Nietzsche A7 sold 30 units, which is only over 1,000 units per month, and cannot be considered impressive data. Wang Fugue was somewhat surprised by Mo Ran's calmness, but soon he regained his senses and continued. "However, it's still a pity." What a pity." "It's like this." Wang Fugue saw that Mo Ran was interested and quickly explained. "Last time, Li Dongbao, the staff member of Pinxi, was the chubby college student. When he introduced Pinxi to you, he mentioned some monthly sales list for mobile phone categories. I specifically checked this morning and we are now ranked 152nd. Unfortunately, it's already the 9th today. If we release it at the beginning of the month, maybe we can really make it to the top 50 or even the top 20 on the monthly sales chart." "It's okay." Mo Ran smiled. "Nietzsche's actual situation is here, he has been in arrears for 2 months, and he still has a few days to pay, so he can't afford to delay it." Wang Fugue naturally knew about this situation, and after laughing with him twice, he continued. "But boss, didn't Li Dongbao give you an internal support quota at that time? Now that our new phone has been launched and we have the internal support quota, we should be able to push it up on the monthly sales chart. If we can really enter the top 20 of the monthly mobile phone sales chart, it will be a huge help to our sales." This matter doesn't need Lao Wang to remind Mo Ran to keep it in mind. A few days ago, he had already made an agreement with Li Dongbao in advance to notify him once Nietzsche A7 was launched, and then Li Dongbao would submit the list to the company. "Okay, I'll contact Li Dongbao now." On the other side. Rongcheng, New District, Software Park Zone C. This is Pinxi Rongcheng branch, mainly responsible for the business of all Pinxi stores in the entire southwest region. Just after 6 o'clock in the afternoon, the account managers from the marketing department returned to the company with exhausted bodies, preparing to start their pre-work evening meeting. Li Dongbao is also one of them. Earlier this afternoon, he received a call from Mo Ran. The official self-operated flagship store of Nietzsche has successfully opened, and the first Nietzsche A7 phone has also been officially launched for sale. And he paid special attention to it. The sales on the first day were pretty good. To be honest, he treats Mo Ran as a friend and genuinely feels happy for him. Of course. The most important thing on the phone is to inform Mo Ran that he is preparing to use the internal support quota. This is naturally not something to say. After printing out the internal support quota application form and filling in the Nietzsche store information, he walked into the conference room. Soon, the evening meeting begins. Sitting at the top is Mr. Zhang, the head of the marketing department of the Rongcheng branch, with 7 employees on either side. Looking around, Li Dongbao is the youngest in terms of age and qualifications. After a brief report on the day's performance, the evening meeting is approaching its end. At this moment, Li Dongbao raised his hand to signal. Everyone's eyes flickered as Mr. Zhang, sitting at the top, remained expressionless and asked indifferently. "Xiao Li, what do you have to do?" Li Dongbao stood up. "It's like this, Mr. Zhang. Last time our department drew lots, didn't I win an internal support quota? These days, I happen to run into a good company while doing business. They opened a store on our platform the day before yesterday and listed their products yesterday. Today, I would like to apply for them to open an internal support quota. Mr. Zhang on stage was momentarily stunned, and his face immediately became somewhat unnatural. Before he could speak, an employee sitting below him suddenly spoke up. Li, what is the other party's company and do you understand their situation? Our internal support quota is very precious. Why don't you discuss such an important matter with me and Mr. Zhang in advance? Li Dongbao looked and saw that it was group leader Lu Xiaohua. I know about it, team leader. They are Nietzsche phones and there is also a superstore on Taowu. I think their sales are quite good and they have some experience in online stores. I have filled out their detailed information, please take a look. Lu Xiaohua frowned and took the application form with a gloomy expression. Mr. Zhang, who was sitting on the stage beside him, also began to say. Li, your team leader is right. The preciousness of this internal support quota goes without saying. The headquarters has repeatedly reminded us to be cautious in recommending and to give valuable traffic to truly excellent shops. If the recommended store is not effective, both the recommender and the branch will be held responsible and punished. Li Dongbao suddenly became anxious. He naturally knows what both General Manager Zhang and Team Leader Lu Xiaohua said. But Nietzsche is really not bad. Mr. Zhang. He was just about to explain when Mr. Zhang waved and interrupted him. Listen to me. Li Dongbao obediently quieted down. Mr. Zhang let out a soft sigh and looked at Li Dongbao with a soft gaze, his tone also easing. Li. I originally planned to tell you about this tomorrow, but since you brought it up today, I'll just say it straight. A few days ago, your team leader Lao Lu and Jin Li Mobile reached a cooperation agreement. Jin Li Mobile has agreed to open a store on our platform, but they hope that the platform can provide some support. Now only you have the internal support quota left in the branch. Old Lu told me about this and wants to use your internal support quota. I agree. What? Li Dongbao's face suddenly turned pale. He looked at Mr. Zhang incredulously, then at team leader Lu Xiaohua again. My quota. Has it been given to the team leader? In an instant, feelings of grievance and pain flooded into his mind. Mr. Zhang, I drew this spot by lot back then. Moreover, why didn't you ask me and just give the quota to someone else? Mr. Zhang coughed lightly and said. It's also my fault for being too busy these days and forgetting to tell you about this matter. Li Dongbao was stunned, his mouth wide open and unable to speak. To be honest. Although this so-called internal support quota is precious, if the team leader or Mr. Zhang communicates well with them, they are willing to contribute for the team themselves. But. Did you just occupy it silently for me? After a moment, he thought of Mo Ran. I personally agreed to Mr. Mo, how can I explain to him next? He lowered his head in sadness and didn't know what to do for a moment. But at this moment, the group leader Lu Xiaohua suddenly stood up, holding a phone in his hand. Nietzsche's phone. Mr. Zhang, look, why am I so familiar with it? It turns out it's really the Nietzsche phone that used to specialize in counterfeiting. Counterfeit phones. Speaking of which, Lu Xiaohua slammed the table and angrily said. Li Dongbao, what are you doing all day long at work? Counterfeit mobile phone, you reading www.uukangshu.net counterfeit brand, are you giving the internal support quota to a counterfeit brand? Is this okay? Can headquarters approve it? When the headquarters audit discovers problems, not only you, but also Mr. Zhang will be scolded. Even if it's approved, can the data be guaranteed? At that time, the performance of our entire branch will be deducted entirely because of you. Mr. Zhang was originally somewhat apologetic, but upon hearing Lu Xiaohua's words, he immediately took his phone. At first glance, it was indeed the king of counterfeit phones in the past. Nietzsche phones. Not only Mr. Zhang, but also after Lu Xiaohua woke up, many people immediately recalled Nietzsche's phone. The sound of discussion gradually rose in the conference room, and Mr. Zhang, who was sitting above, now had a gloomy expression. He frowned and looked reproachfully at Li Dongbao, saying in a low voice. "Xiao Li, why are you so impatient when doing things? The other party doesn't even understand what kind of company they are from." After a moment, he waved his hand. "I won't criticize you much this time. That's all for the internal quota matter. Give your quota to Lao Lu and Jin Li's phone." Honestly, Dongbao lowered his head even deeper. "Quiet down in the office." Just as everyone thought the matter was over, Li Dongbao suddenly whispered. "Unfair, this is unfair." The murmuring voice spread throughout the entire conference room, and Mr. Zhang suddenly became anxious. "Xiao Li, what are you talking nonsense about? What's unfair about it? It's simply unreasonable." After speaking, his face became increasingly gloomy. "All right, let's break up, break up." The crowd dispersed, and honestly Donglin clenched his fists. Unconsciously, under the black-framed glasses, tears streamed down my face. "Mr. Mo, I'm sorry to you." Chapter 10. Sniper Jin Li. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. In Rongcheng and Shizu, an old industrial park, the headquarters of Nietzsche Mobile phones are located here. 9 o'clock in the morning. Mo Ran sat in the office checking the latest sales figures. After being launched for 2 days, the sales of the Nietzsche A7 phone showed a good upward trend. On the first day, we sold 30 mobile phones, and today we expect to sell more than 40. He breathed a sigh of relief. According to this trend, we should be able to sell approximately 350 mobile phones within 7 days, with at least a refund of over 100,000 yuan. Although there is still some distance from the unpaid salary of over 200,000 yuan, don't forget that the store will soon receive internal support traffic. Once the internal support traffic is activated, there is no doubt that the store's sales will skyrocket, and all problems will be easily solved. Thinking of this, Mo Ran picked up his phone and glanced at it. "I communicated with Li Dongbao on the phone yesterday, and now that it's been one night, I don't know if this internal support promotion has started or not. How about we call and ask?" In fact, Mo Ran is not an impatient person. But this support quota was very important for Nietzsche, and even related to the issue of salary in 5 days, which made him have to pay great attention. He kept pondering in his mind, just as he was deciding to ask, a surprised voice from Wang Fugue suddenly came from outside the office. "Xiao Li, why are you here?" "Looking for Mr. Mo. Mr. Mo is in the office." As soon as the voice fell, Mo Ran saw Wang Fugue walking in with Li Dongbao. Li Dongbao's face was a bit haggard, holding a small gift box in his hand. Mo Ran glanced at it and thought it was tea. "Sit down, Xiao Li." "Old Wang, you also sit down." Mo Ran greeted, but to his surprise, Li Dongbao did not sit down. Instead, he let out a gentle sigh and placed the gift box in his hand on Mo Ran's desk. Lowering his head, he said, "Mr. Mo, this is a small gift prepared for you." Mo Ran suddenly realized something was wrong. "Is there something going on?" Li Dongbao shook his head, then paused for a few seconds before suddenly nodding heavily again. After a moment, he looked up at Mo Ran with a guilty expression in his eyes. "Mr. Mo, I'm sorry for you. The internal support quota I promised you is no longer available." Mo Ran's eyes suddenly shrank, his heart tightened, and countless thoughts flashed through his mind. However, his face became even calmer, and he greeted Li Dongbao again to sit down on the sofa before slowly saying, "Xiao Li, don't worry, speak slowly, what's going on?" Li Dongbao's emotions gradually stabilized, and he immediately spoke the whole thing out in detail. When Wang Fugue heard the team leader snatching the spot originally belonging to Li Dongbao and giving it to Jin Li Mobile, and the department head assisting him, Wang Fugue beside him was already full of anger. His mother, isn't it bullying honest people? Look at you as a newcomer, just boldly snatch it over. Li Dongbao lowered his head. Mo Rant's eyes also cooled down. This is not only bullying Li Dongbao, an honest person, but also bullying oneself. And he immediately realized that without an internal support quota, his original plan would be completely disrupted. 5 days later, without the support of internal traffic, it is almost impossible to raise over 200,000 yuan in unpaid wages. What should I do? Mo Ran suddenly stood up from the chair, constantly brainstorming in his mind. The more you think about it, the more you find things difficult to handle. When it comes to this matter, it's just a conflict of internal resource coordination in Pinxi. It's normal for any big company to handle it, and I can't intervene at all. Complaint from Pinxi. Mo Ran directly passes. Li Dongbao and himself were just verbal agreements, without any evidence, and even complaints could not stand up. Go find leader Li Dongbao and make a scene. It's also impossible. This kind of thing will not only have no effect on oneself, but also bring trouble to Li Dongbao. Unless find the senior management of Pinxi headquarters. But then, the light in his eyes dimmed. The original owner had no relevant connections, and it was impossible for him to go to the headquarters of Mo Du and Pinxi to argue over this matter. He couldn't afford it. No solution. Mo Ran frowned and walked around the narrow space of the office a few more times, but there was still no good solution. Just be so dumbfounded, okay? Impossible. If Li Dongbao had not promised to give himself an internal support quota before, it would have been better. But since I have already agreed to give it to myself, that day when Wang Laozi came, this spot was all for me. Whoever dares to steal it will definitely make him pay the price. After a moment, his gaze fell on Li Dongbao and he asked. Xiao Li, have similar incidents occurred in your company before? How did they resolve them? No. Li Dongbao shook his head. The internal support plan is the latest promotional plan developed by the headquarters, which was not previously available. Speaking, Li Dongbao sighed helplessly and explained. According to regulations, our employees submit the list to the branch office, which then submits it to the headquarters, and the headquarters operations department provides corresponding traffic support. At the end of the month, the headquarters will conduct a data assessment on the supported stores. Mo Ran suddenly interrupted. Data assessment. Well, in simple terms, it's an assessment of the drainage effect. Li Dongbao pushed the black frame. Last time I was in a hurry, I didn't explain it to you in detail. In fact, if the supported store data does not meet the expected standards, the headquarters will reduce traffic support, and even cancel quotas if it is too poor. In addition, department leaders and recommended employees of our branch will be held accountable. It can be said that the senior management of the headquarters attaches great importance to the internal support plan, which is also why my department leader tacitly allowed the team leader to snatch my spot and give it to Jin Li Mobile. They are afraid of taking responsibility, and in their eyes, Jin Li is far more important than Nietzsche. Wait. Mo Ran frowned. You reading www.uukangshu.net, what did you say last? They are afraid of taking responsibility, and in their eyes, Jin Li is far more important than Nietzsche. Number one more sentence. If the supported store's data does not meet the expected standards, the headquarters will reduce traffic support, and in some cases, even cancel quotas. And our branch's department leaders and recommended employees will be held accountable. Mo Ran's eyes narrowed slightly. That's right, that's it. What is not meeting the expected standard? Brands like Jin Li, according to headquarters requirements, need to achieve at least the top 2 or even first place on the mobile phone category monthly sales list by the end of the month after receiving traffic. At this point, Li Dongbao suddenly came to his senses. Mr. Mo, your idea is not to let Jin Li phones enter the top 2, right? After speaking, even he shook his head. How could this be possible? Old brands like Jin Li phones have a good reputation and quality, and with the support of the platform's traffic, taking second place is considered a loss for them. Mo Ran couldn't help but shake his head slightly. There are not many big brand mobile phone manufacturers on Pinxi now, and Jin Li can completely achieve a crackdown. It's almost impossible to snipe Jin Li. The matter has once again fallen into a deadlock. At this moment, Wang Fugue beside him suddenly said. Wait. Boss, I do know some news. A few days ago, it seems that Jin Li was exposed with a negative news. It seems to be about false labeling and false advertising. Negative news. False advertising. Mo Rant's eyes narrowed.